In this lesson, I'll show you how to separate fractions into partial fractions. This is question number 1. When we first started studying algebra, we learned how to combine several fractions into a single fraction by writing all fractions with a common denominator. For example, let's say we wanted to add 1 over 2x plus 1 over x plus 1. We multiplied the denominators together, giving us 2x times x plus 1. And then we cross-multiplied the denominators with their opposite numerators to get x plus 1 plus 2x. To create partial fractions, we're actually doing the reverse of this process. Given a proper rational fraction, we separate it into several simpler fractions whose sum is the original fraction. These simpler fractions are called partial fractions. In our question, we're expected to separate x plus 2 over x to the power of 3 minus x into partial fractions. The first thing that you have to do is factor the denominator as much as you can. So let's go ahead and factor it. We have x to the power of 3 minus x. We can pull out an x from both of these terms. X bracket x squared minus 1. X squared minus 1 is a difference of squares, and all difference of squares can be factored like this, where we have x plus 1 times x minus 1. Each of these represent a factor that represents the denominator. Next, what you want to do is separate each of these factors by their own fraction. So I'll rewrite the following: x plus 1 plus x minus 1. Next, what you want to do is introduce 3 unknown numerators for each of these fractions. I'll call this numerator a, this one b, and this one c. If our partial fractions are to be proper, the numerator of each must be of lower degree than the denominator. Since each denominator is of first degree, a, b, and c therefore must be constants. That being said, if I combine all 3 of these, I'll end up with a denominator that looks identical to the original. Let me show you what I mean by that. So let's combine these 2 together. We'll end up with the following expression. And now that I have this, I can add it to c over x minus 1. And if I do that, let me show my work. I'll multiply the denominators again. X times x plus 1 times x minus 1. And in the numerator position, we have this times this, ax plus 1 plus bx, all in brackets, times x minus 1 plus cx, x plus 1. And finally, I'll expand this part, giving us plus cx bracket x plus 1 all over our original denominator. Now that I've combined all the terms on the right side, we don't have to focus on the denominators anymore, because if I hypothetically multiplied both sides by x cubed minus x, they would cancel out as shown. So we have x plus 2 is equal to the following, where these 2 combined will give us a bracket x squared minus 1 plus bx bracket x minus 1 plus cx x plus 1. Now moving forward, I don't want you to be confused about this expression. If you multiply these 2 binomials out, you should end up with x squared minus 1. Okay, at this stage we want to solve for a, b, and c. And what we can do is set x equal to a number that will make many of these expressions go to 0. Here's what I mean. If I set x equal to positive 1, I'll end up with 3 on the left side. Setting x equal to 1 here gives us 0. Setting x equal to 1 here gives us 0. And over here, it won't give us 0. In fact, it will give us 2 times c times 1, which is c. So we have c times 1 times 1 plus 1 is 2. So we have c times 2, or 2c. Therefore, c has to equal to 3 over 2. We just found our c value. Next, I'll set x equal to negative 1. And by setting x equal to negative 1, well, This will go to 0, that will go to 0, and we can find out our b value. Here's what I mean. So setting x equal to -1 here gives us +1. -1 plus 2 is +1. -1 to the power of 2 is +1. -1 is 0. -1 plus 1 is 0. And over here we have -1 minus 1, that's -2. -2 times -1 is 2b. Therefore, b is equal to half. Now that I found b and c, I can find a by substituting x equal to 0. Here's what happens. 0 plus 2 is 2. 0 to the power of 2 minus 1 is -1. -1 times a is -a. Placing 0 into here makes it go to 0. Placing 0 into here also makes it go to 0. Therefore, a is equal to -2. And so our final expression, given what we just found, is the following. We had originally x plus 2 over x cubed minus x. That has become -2 over x plus 1 over 2 times x plus 1 plus 3 over 2 times x minus 1. And there you have it. That is how to separate fractions into partial fractions.